Welcome to the video. Today I'm going to teach you how to pennyboard for the third time on this channel. Now quickly before we begin, yes this is the third video on the channel about how to pennyboard, but I always do it in a style that's not my style. So I always do it in a style that's not me. Last year I did one in March and it was my biggest video last year. This year, however, it's going to be a little bit of an updated thing, more from a perspective of a friend than a teacher on the internet. Also, I am using this as a backup microphone just in case the other one is still broken. I bought a new one, it's coming soon, I don't know when. But without further ado, let's get into how to pennyboard. I'm sure that's why you're here. So. Alright, so the first thing I would tell you if I was talking to you like a friend. Step one is to just make sure that you can learn how to balance on anything before you go try to ride a pennyboard. They're small, they don't ride the best, but they're really convenient, which is why people get them. I get it. But still, if you can't balance on a board, especially a small one like this, you're gonna have trouble. So, practice your balancing. First step to balancing, first step to just mastering any type of balance on any skateboard, not just a pennyboard. Throwing your board on the ground, get used to it, you know? Really feel it with your foot, kind of be able to control it with your foot. That, at least to me, is helpful. Also, I have another camera over here, super wide angle, not my favorite. All right, so first things first, get your foot on the board, get it on there, figure it out, right? You're gonna put your dominant foot, whether that's right or left, doesn't really matter, just goofy or regular, that's what that is. Right foot's goofy, left foot's regular. That's generally how you skate. Whatever foot's in front, that's what that is. Second of all, find your placement and then just try to stand on the board. A lot of people can't actually do this, which is surprising to me, but then again, not everyone's the same skill level. Stand on the board and just try to not fall off. I mean, I know it looks like I'm doing it easily, and it is easy after you practice. Some people just really can't. That's okay. I'm not telling you to do this, I'm just saying if you want to, it's a good idea to try and practice something. So like for me, I would put one foot on the board right here, and then just try to jump onto the other one. It looks weird, but you're ready to kind of go full on in, just hop on the board. That'll help your balance tremendously. Practicing standing on the board on one foot, just kind of pushing around with just one foot. Forget about standing like this. Forget about it all. You will get to this part by the end of the video, I promise. Second thing, the second step is all about kicking off. I mean, you can't kick off, you can't ride the board, and if you can't ride the board, then I mean, what's the point of the video, right? So, the second part is all about kicking off. When it comes to the kickoff, make sure your right foot or your left foot, whichever one is dominant, like I said, is firmly in the front. You're ready to go. All your weight can be put on it, doesn't matter. Make sure that you're ready to push off. So, here's a few tips to help you out with that. So now that we're on the second step, when you're ready, your front foot goes on the board, whichever one that is, like I said. And then your left foot or your back foot, whichever one that ends up being, practice stepping. Practice pushing like this and stepping. I know it feels weird and you might not like it, but honestly, if you can balance on one foot, you can balance on two. And if you can balance on two, you can ride the board. That's all it takes. Simply put, if you can balance on the board and you can kick off after you learn those two things, all that matters now is staying on the board and being able to turn a little bit and control it, which we'll talk about in just a second. So one more time, like I was saying, front foot on the board, back foot, push off, and kind of do a weird step thing like this. And then learn how to turn. We'll talk about that right now. And if you're still here in the video at this moment in time, go down there, do me a favor, press the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and if you like the video you see. I don't always make skateboarding videos, but I used to a lot, so there's a lot of tutorials on the channel, and there will be some in the future, just not as many as I used to do. So, like I said, if you like the channel, if you like the video, go down there, hit subscribe, hit the like button, it helps me out a lot. And leave a comment for a video you might want to see in the future. Okay, step 3. And this one, we're gonna do a little differently. You're gonna see it from my perspective so you kind of understand more about what I'm doing. So now there's two types of turns that you can do. There's a kick turn and a carving turn. I wouldn't technically call them that, but if you're gonna be specific and you wanna know a name, that's the name. The first one, carving turn, more commonly known as just leaning into the board, is what we're gonna practice on first. We're gonna focus on that first, and then we'll go to the kick turn, which is a slightly harder turn, but it's honestly not that bad. Okay, so, all right, so here's what we're looking at. Front foot on the board again, back foot ready to kick off, right? Kick like you were, and then transfer your weight like this. Back foot goes to the back, front foot stays in the front. And now just keep skating like that, and eventually if you lean, you'll notice your board doesn't go in a straight line anymore. It kind of turns. Keep learning to kick off comfortably, and even if you fall, the more you do it, the better you'll get. So all you need to do is lean into it like this, dig your toes down a little bit, or if you want to go the other way, dig your heels into the turn a little bit, and you can even go back and forth like that just to practice that carving motion. It's really, really easy. It's as simple as it sounds. Just push and lean, push and lean. And then, like I said, that was super easy. So what's the next one? What's the slightly more difficult turn? The next one, like I said, is the kick turn. It's not much of a kick, but you do have to raise the front of the board up a little bit to do the turn. So it takes a little bit more skill and a little bit more balance. It'll come secondhand once you're used to it, so just keep practicing, but let's talk about that. All right, so boards here, front foot as usual. Continue the kickoff once again. Let's say you're just cruising, riding around. And then you're like, okay, I'm leaning into it, but oh man, there's something in front of me. What do I do? So what you wanna do is take your back foot, which is my left foot, pop pressure more onto that than you would on the front foot. So when you're going forward, for instance, and you put more pressure back here, and then you just lean into the turn the way you wanna go. So it's a mix of the first one and now the second one, which is just more pressure on the back foot than the front foot. Like I said again, back foot, lean, pressure comes up off the front foot, and the board pops up. Then you just lean your body in one way or the other, and you have a kick turn. Like I said, it's not the easiest to start with, but it's definitely more usable in more situations, especially if you're on a normal skateboard, for instance. The better the trucks are, the smoother your carving turn will be, but the worse the trucks are, less inclined they are to like casually turn because the bushings are harder or it's a different type of board, the more difficult it will be. So therefore you have to do a kick turn. All right, so that's it. You learn how to kick turn, you learn how to carve turn, you learn how to balance, and you learn how to push off the board. Other than that, you might be asking like, how do I stop, how do I break? I'm gonna be honest with you. I might have said in the past that there was a specific way, but truthfully speaking, there's not one way to do it. There's not one specific way. It's really just down to how you prefer. You can jump off the board, you can put your foot down and slide it. You can do a lot of things. As long as you learn to stop in the way that you see fit, that's what matters, because you don't want to hit a car, you don't get hit by a car, you don't want to hit a kid, you don't want to do something like, you know, when you fly off the board and you actually hit someone. That's what I mean. With that, thanks for watching the video. I'll see you guys next time. I hope you enjoyed. Like I said, go hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Roll the 20, then this, hey, rubber, messy colors,